Welcome to the Nintendo PowerZone, guys. It's your boy Nice1983 with a brand new unboxing video, and today is the start of a very special week of unboxing videos. It's Street Fighter week here at the Nintendo PowerZone, and from now until Friday we are going to unbox a Street Fighter item leading up to the release of Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challengers. This is also our way of commemorating the Street Fighter 30th anniversary, a franchise that is so very near and dear to my heart. It's like I said 1,000 times, guys. I grew up in the arcades, and Street Fighter 2 was a game that taught me how to game competitively. So let's go ahead and start this week off with a bang. So kicking this thing off, we have the BigBoysToys T.N.C-01 Ryu. TNC standing for the next challenger, and guys, this figure is something I wanted to add to my collection for a while. My fiance got this for me at the ThinkGeek store here in Clearwater, Florida, so shout out to the staff at ThinkGeek. They are always on point at that store, and shout out to my girl for knowing me so damn well. And I'm so happy to add this to my collection. It is definitely going to be a highlight of my game room. So let's go ahead and start with the box. I love this box. It's a beautiful off-white box with some gray undertones in the background that reveal Ryu's stage from Street Fighter 2, and in a brilliant moment of homage, the Smash Bros. Crew added this stage to Smash 4 when they added Ryu to the game. So this is a very iconic stage, and you should just recognize it from the tops of these buildings. But we'll go ahead and moving on. Right on the left hand corner of the box you have the stylized BigBoysToys logo. Right under that it says TNC-01 The New Challengers. Slightly to the right you have this beautiful brush kanji, and under the kanji you have the Street Fighter logo. On the right side of the box you have Ryu's front profile drawn in this very super stylized deformed art style that is reflective of the design of the statue itself. And guys, I love it. Even though it's extremely stylized version of the character, you can still tell it's Ryu without question. Right under Ryu it says LED lights and sounds, and under that you have the Tier 1 logo. So guys, let's go ahead and rotate this box so we can take a look at the other side. So on this side of the box there's not a whole lot going on, but you have the kanji and you have the Street Fighter logo. So let's just go ahead and rotate this box again, okay? Alright, so here on the back of the box is where all the magic is happening. This design is brilliant. They put the statue front and center, and you can see the Hadouken is completely lit up, and it's brilliant. In the background you have these shadowed images of the statue, and it all looks so dynamic. In the upper left corner you have more kanji. Over on the right corner you see two illustrated cards. One of Ryu performing the Hadouken as you look directly at him, and the other is a character description card with Ryu in this very pensive pose. Under that you see an image of the display base, and it looks incredible. Under that you have all your social media and your logos. So guys, let's go ahead and flip this box over again and take a look at it from the other side. This side of the box is just great. Just a nice zoomed in image of the Ryu statue looking incredible. Under that you have the Street Fighter logo as well. Guys, that's it for this side of the box, but let's go ahead and open the display window and take a look at the box from that angle. So opening the display window reveals the statue itself, and it looks awesome, but we're going to ignore that for right now, and we're going to look at the door to the box because it contains Ryu's character profile and this beautiful silhouetted picture of Ryu, and I love this. There is a lot of attention to detail that they put in the packaging, and it is one of my favorite boxes in a long time. But guys, it's time to go ahead and get this bad boy out of the box, and let's go ahead and look at all the content that comes inside. Alright, so the first thing from the box is the stage background, and this is amazing to me. It's half of the Ryu stage, and at the top of the stage you have the K from the word KO. The temples in the background and the roof in the foreground. This is all so iconic, but what's tripping me out is the fact that this is all done in pixel art. It's like they ripped the screen directly from the game. But going back to there only being half a word at the top, that's because there are other statues in the line that indicate player 2, and player 2 characters have the other half of the word at the top. So when you display a player 1 next to a player 2, you should have the full word KO. Ryu's player 2 is Ken, and that figure is equally epic. Let's talk about the material this is actually made out of. I was fully expecting this to be made out of cardboard because of the diorama-like feel of this statue, but it's not. It's a very hard plastic. BigBoysToys took care when designing this display, and it just looks incredible. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of the box. So the next item is the floor paneling where Ryu will stand. I want to point out a couple things here, such as the floor pegs where you're going to place Ryu's feet, and the speaker slot where you're going to be able to hear the sound that this figure performs when you hit the button. Next up we have the character card, and this is a treat for me. The art is fantastic, and on the other side we have Ryu's character profile. I love this kind of stuff, especially when it comes in a package like this. Up next we have the temple sign with the kanji written on it. This piece kind of throws me off due to the fact that it doesn't attach to the base, you just place it on. But that means you can kind of place it anywhere you want. Aesthetically though, this is a really nice piece of plastic. And lastly, we have the Ryu statue itself. The sculpt is amazing. I love this in every way possible. The pose is dynamic with Ryu leaning in to perform the Hadoken. His facial expression is so on point. His bandana looks like it's flowing in the wind created by the Hadoken, and the same applies to Ryu's black belt. And as a trick to give the figure a better base to stand, there's this wind or gust animation on his right foot, and it looks incredible. Looking at the blast head on, you can see the Hadoken is so large that it obscures Ryu's face, but still manages to look threatening. If this is what Ken sees every time Ryu fires off one of these, I'm amazed he hasn't just run off to Eliza and retired from fighting altogether. Moving on to the other side profile of the figure, I'm just amazed at how well designed this piece is. The detail in the arm sculpt is so well done that it impresses me to no end. So finally, here's the back of the figure, and it shows off some pretty great detail, especially in the bandana. But guys, let's go ahead and put it all together and take a look. Okay, so here's a complete product, and I'm almost speechless. All the details work in tandem with one another to make one incredibly beautiful diorama-like statue that just reminds me of the days I would walk to the arcade with my allowance in hand and drop quarter after quarter into the game until I had none left. This statue truly evokes that nostalgia feeling out of me, and I am so thoroughly impressed. I knew this would be a highlight of my collection, but I did not think that it would be the centerpiece of my collection. But now I know that it is, and I am ecstatic to have this in my game room front and center. Alright guys, so I promised you that this had a certain functionality that we were going to test out on video. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Sorry about the camera guys, I'm still trying to deal with the tripod issue, but let's go ahead and test this out. Ain't that just beautiful? Oh man, I really love that. This sounds straight out of Street Fighter 2. Oof. Alright guys, let's go ahead and break down in comparison time, alright? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is score time, my favorite time. Why? Because I get to tell you whether or not something is worth your hard-earned money. Let's go ahead and start with the appearance of the statue. This thing is so incredibly designed. From every single detail, everything is done meticulously. I love it. The 16-bit plastic background, the floorboard that Ryu stands on, the pose that Ryu has is incredibly dynamic. The Hadoken looks amazing, it really does. And you even have the temple sign, which is such a weird, odd little piece, but I am so glad it's there because it kind of needs to be there to truly give you that sensation of a Street Fighter level. And I totally buy into that. They did an amazing job of putting this thing together. As far as its appearance is concerned, I am giving it a perfect 10. Moving on to the functionality, this figure talks, it lights up, and it does it all so well. And the voices that it has are straight out of Street Fighter 2. That is so awesome to me. I love the sound effects in that game, and I love the voice acting in that game. It is top tier as far as how well those voice actors nailed those screams, and I love it. As far as its functionality is concerned, I'm also going to give it a 10. So guys, this figure gets a perfect 10. I highly recommend it. It gets our official Nintendo PowerZone seal of quality. This is a must-have for any game fan. This is a must-have for any Street Fighter fan, and if you get this, you know that this will instantly become the centerpiece of your game room. Now the only problem is I want more of these things. I definitely want to get the full set. They've released 6 from Ken, Guile, Chun-Li, Blanca. Zangief is coming out. There's going to be a full set of the original 8 fighters from Street Fighter 2. That is incredible. So guys, I gotta get out of your hair, but before I do, I gotta hit you with these social media links. You can hit me up on Twitter at Nice1983 or at PowerZone. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/Nintendo PowerZone. Go ahead and email us at thesplatzones@gmail.com. If you're a fan of the Nintendo PowerZone podcast, you can always download new episodes on iTunes, Google Play Music, stream new episodes on Stitcher Radio, but if you want to watch the show live, you can catch us right here on YouTube, youtube.com/user/thearticle, THAARTICLE, and don't forget guys, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. I have a brand new unboxing video, but because it's Street Fighter Week, every day leading up to the release of Ultra Street Fighter 2, you are going to get a brand new unboxing video for Street Fighter exclusive items. This is our way to commemorate the 30th anniversary. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Watch out for amiibo hunters on the prowl. Deuces! Hey guys, if you like the music in today's video, why don't you go ahead and download the Headbangers album by A-Rival. Headbangers is a 5-track Street Fighter remix EP by A-Rival, award-winning game composer and competitive Street Fighter player. Headbangers features remixes of 5 iconic Street Fighter character themes: Ryu, Chun-Li, Cammy, Balrog, and Vega. EDM and game music fans are in for a treat with some of the finest production quality heard on this franchise. Headbangers is out now on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, and more. Go ahead and check it all out.